Hey, welcome to Movie Epidemic Podcast. I'm your
Welcome to the
host,
pod.
the one and only host, Chadley J. Fox.
Chadley's the only host here.
Absolutely. We've
What
got a homeless man in the studio
dude, you're way dirtier than I am.
with
What the
a
fuck are you
better
talking about?
mic than me.
Yeah. What the fuck happened to your mic? Do you just use that fucking that do you use the fucking microphone on your headphones? Because it sounds like you do.
Yeah, that mic broke. My mic broke.
Oh, you should probably buy a new one, Chadley.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna buy a new one. I gotta buy a new one.
Because literally you sound like the worst thing ever.
Do I
So
just sound like I'm talking through a paper towel roll all the time?
it sounds like you're in a airplane hangar and then talking through a megaphone.
Just like talking through it, just screaming about Batman versus Superman.
Yes.
So we're at 97. This is episode 97. We're getting close to
We're almost
cracking.
there.
We're gonna crack a hundo. That's gonna be exciting. We're probably gonna crack a hundo in the middle of Spooky-tober.
I think it will happen right before the official Spooky-tober picks.
Okay, right before the official Spooky-tober picks. You guys were almost cracking a full hundo.
But again, we can do the top 50 movies and then immediately do episode 101 on the same day. It's not like,
yeah, that's true. We don't have to watch anything to do the episode 100.
Yeah.
Or we could do episode 99 and 100 in the same day. I see what you're saying.
Whichever you want, Chadley. I'm just saying it's easy to get that one done and then immediately get back into Spooky-tober, which is the main event of the year. It started off with watching Wolf Cop 2 years ago. And,
God damn! So
it has evolved from there into the biggest event of the season. Everybody enjoys it. Everybody wants to see us watch shitty horror movies for some reason. So
yeah, they want to hear me scream about Jason Bateman trying to be in horror movies. So sometimes you gotta. So before the we made our top five. Top five ensemble comedies, and I realized something today is that we were looking up lists of the best ensemble comedies, and they're all really dumb. And I realized something is that, like, I don't know what it is, but as soon as the internet came along, white people got like really into making lists.
Yes,
like true. White people fucking love lists. They don't, not only do they want to know what order things are good in, but they want to know what other people's order is. They want to know the stuff you like in the order that you like it. Everybody wants it. Like, you go to fucking YouTube, it's like top 5 greatest Godfather moments, and it's like, why the fuck can't I just make that decision myself? Why do I gotta look at your top 5 greatest Godfather moments?
Ooh, I don't know about that one, Fredo.
Yes, it's fucking preposterous. White people love lists, and at this point, it's preposterous.
Well, we're talking about a lot of shit today, so
absolutely. Are we starting off with the Rogan joint?
Oh yeah, we must, because you gotta hook people, right?
Yeah, dude. People. True, and this is bottled up in me, and I'm ready to scream, dude. I'm ready to scream. We're gonna be watching Sausage Party, critically acclaimed film, sitting at 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. Certified.
Look, I've talked to dozens of people about this movie in the last few days, and everybody thought it was great, and I don't understand why. And here's a couple words that were thrown around that I completely disagree with when talking about Sausage Party. One of them would be clever, which I
do use. Okay, because that's like my main fucking argument against this movie. Is that it's
go look at Rotten
clever.
Tomatoes. It's almost exclusively that's their point. They're like, this is a very clever and hilarious movie. Nah.
No, it's not.
It might be the least subtle movie of all time, and then it's like, that's the point. It's like, nah, it's not the point though.
That's not the point. You shouldn't purposely make a movie shitty. Like, here's the thing. Let's talk about this word clever that was used. Okay. Now here's what I'm gonna mention. Okay, we're in the fucking screenwriters room. First time screenwriters Ariel Shafir and Kyle Hunter are there. They're sitting down with Seth Rogan, Jonah Hill, and Evan Goldberg. They're probably stoked. But I bet you about 15 minutes into the first meeting, they got pissed because I bet you they were actually trying to write a movie. And I bet you Seth Rogan and fucking Evan S. Goldberg and Jonah Hill were not letting them write a movie at all. They were just making jokes and being like, oh, like what if like we had the douche character? What if he was a douche? And it's like, okay, that's pretty low hanging fruit, but what else can we do with this character? And there's a pause, and then they're like, oh, we could have a fruit character that's gay. And they're like, whoa, we can't move on from the first thing we came up with. We gotta work on that character. Okay, but what if like the taco is like a lesbian? Because tacos look like vaginas. Like, it's just all this like very low hanging fruit. It's like,
hey, Chadley, what if the sauerkraut were Nazis and they wanted to kill the juice?
Oh, because sauerkraut killing juice. I'm pretty sure Bo Burnham made that joke when he was 16 years old, sitting in his fucking basement at a keyboard. I'm fairly confident that's a true fact.
Fuck Bo Burnham. I can't believe you like Bo Burnham.
Yeah, I love Bo Burnham. But you know what? Fuck Sausage Party. This is, like, I can't even believe it. Like, I can't believe this movie. I was so, like, I heard so many people being like, oh, if you don't like it, it's just because you found it offensive. I didn't find it offensive. It was trying very, very, very hard to be offensive, but I didn't find it offensive. I found it annoying. That's what I found this movie. It's really fucking annoying. Like, I'm sorry, but like when I first sat down in the theater, I was really trying to be optimistic, and then they're like, when the hot dog goes in the bun, that's how they fuck, and it's like, yeah, of course that's how they fuck. Like, are you gonna add to that? Everybody knows that. Jesus Christ, a 7-year-old could come up with that. My friend had never seen the movie, and I sat him down. He hadn't seen this movie, and he was like, I want to know like if this movie's any good or if I should go see it. And I said, okay, well here's what we're gonna do. Is we're going to see if in 30 seconds you can write Sausage Party. And so what I did was like, okay, you have a character, a whiskey character. Well, what's that character like? He's like, I don't know, Native American. I'm like, there you go. You just wrote a joke. What about a fucking tequila character? I don't know, drunk Mexican. You just wrote a joke. You know, and I went through a whole bunch of these characters, and he got every one of them correct. Exactly as they were written in Sausage Party.
Fuck, it's so bad.
I can't believe people use the word clever to talk about this movie.
When I walked in there, the fucking autistic guy taking the tickets is like, hey, I need to see some ID. I'm like, what do you mean you need to see ID? And he's like, I just have to ID people going into this movie. I'm like, how old do you think I am? And he's like, I don't know, high school? I'm like, hey, bro. I'm fucking got a receding hairline. How the fuck am I in high school?
Yeah, you're balding, dude. You're 29 or whatever the fuck you are now.
What are you, 40, Chadley? Get the fuck out of here.
God damn. Yeah, dumb retard. But like, I see why. And like, here's the thing: is that like, if you watch something like South Park the movie. Yeah, that movie says the word fuck a lot, but like there's a reason for it. You know, and pretty much any R-rated movie, there's usually a reason to say the word fuck. But in this movie, they just kind of slipped it into every line. This movie could have been exactly the same without the word fuck. But like for instance, the part where they were like, toilet paper, what did they do to you? And he's like, you don't want to fucking know. And it's like, you couldn't have just said you don't want to know. Like, the joke would have been the exact same joke. But they kept trying to use the word fuck as a punchline, which I hate. I hate when movies do that.
Yeah, I'm almost like confused and also mad about this movie because none of it, like, the part where they go into like the real world and like they're talking about bath salts all the time. Hey, bath salts, that's a good joke fucking 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's pretty outdated. When's the
last time you heard anything about bath salts?
Great, James Franco is doing bath salts. Oh, let's put the guy who's never done a single drug in his life, except for when he hosted the Oscars, in the drug part. That'd be hilarious.
Was that James Franco?
Oh, dude, it was Jimmy Frank, dude. Jimmy Frank.
See, I was so angry I couldn't even tell any of the voices except for Nick Kroll as the douche because you can always tell when Nick Kroll's in a movie.
I like that Nick Kroll. Here's what I liked about Nick Kroll's performance. Okay, the douche joke was like funny for like 8 seconds, and then you're like, oh shit, they're just gonna keep making this joke the whole movie. Oh shit, that is the whole movie, is this joke. That's the whole fucking movie, is the fact that the douche is a douche. But like, Why was Nick Kroll doing a Pauly Shore impression?
That's what I was wondering. Like, is that Pauly Shore? No, it's Nick Kroll.
No, it's Nick Kroll. He's like, you look like shit, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I guess that's his impression of a douche.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fuck. I mean, if you were gonna go with a douche, yeah, Pauly Shore is a pretty good one.
It's a pretty good choice, right?
There's a lot of different things you could take. I would have personally gone with Jared Leto, but I don't know really how you would go about doing that. So Pauly Shore might be your best bet.
Yeah, you just gotta do a Toronto accent.
Yeah, hell yeah. Is Pauly Shore from Toronto? No,
no. Jared Leto is though.
Jared Leto. Oh, dude, Jared Leto's Canadian. That sucks.
He's Canadian as fuck, bro.
Oh, dude, I didn't know that. I just knew he was a douche, and I don't want him in my country anymore. And I certainly don't want him to be, originated from my country.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't think Jared Leto's Canadian. I was just making that up.
Oh, good. Because you broke my heart there, and then you mended it immediately. So
I don't know a goddamn thing about Jared Leto or his band. I just fuck with people because people hate Jared Leto now, which is great.
Yeah, I'm really glad we were in this year and a half where everybody thought he was the greatest thing ever, and we were running around like the fucking guy at the end of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, just like trying to tell people about Jared Leto. And they're like, "What are you talking about, dude? Dallas Buyers Club, so good." And it's like, no, but he's bad. They're like, he's got an Oscar, and it's like that makes him more douchey, if anything.
Fucking
hey, I bet you the Academy fucking regrets giving Jared Leto an Oscar. I bet you he calls people to tell about his Oscar.
Oh yeah.
He's still such a piece of shit.
I guess Oscar's like inside of him somewhere, probably.
Yeah, that Oscar will at the very least help him get over the fact that his terrible fucking band will never win a Grammy or any kind of award, really.
I think they have one, Jed. That's the thing.
No, there's no way. There's no way, dude. If he's a triple threat, dude, I'm gonna murder somebody. What is it? You win an Oscar, a Grammy, and a Golden Globe. Oh, he'll never win that.
No, isn't it a Tony? There's a stage one, isn't there?
Yeah, the Tony is the stage one.
Yeah, don't you have to win that to be a triple threat?
No, because I think Tony is the one nobody cares about. So I think it's like Grammy, Oscar, and not Golden Globe, Emmy.
So it's definitely not a Golden Globe.
Definitely not a Golden Globe. Oscar, Emmy. If you win an Oscar, like, odds are you probably also won a Golden Globe for that exact same performance. So, yeah, I think it's Emmy, Oscar, and Grammy. Is that the triple threat?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Either way, let's get back to Sausage Party, because there's a lot more that I have to scream about this movie. Okay, so Seth Rogen, you're not funny. We got over that. The movie isn't funny, and I think that's the biggest problem. It's also, I don't know if you ever saw it, but this is fucking Food Fight.
No, I've never watched it.
This is goddamn Food Fight with Charlie Sheen, but this time they put the word fuck into it and was like, okay, yeah, there you go. Enjoy. It's raunchy comedy. We talk about tampons.
The triple crown of acting. An Oscar, an Emmy, and a Tony. Exactly like I said.
Oh, fuck. You're right.
Fucking moron. Of course it's the acting one. It's a triple threat. It's three different things.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, it's like Food Fight, but this time they're like, we're gonna have tampons, and like they're gonna be like, we go in vagina. Oh, there's gonna be a douche, and he's gonna talk about vagina. Like, oh my god, it fucking blows. This movie fucking blows so much. But like, the problem is
it's so unsubtle, and
yeah,
doesn't work for me.
It's completely blunt.
This should have been like a 20-minute short film that they put on YouTube.
Yeah, seriously. And actually, the director of this film, the directors of this film are known primarily for doing like YouTube animation and stuff like that, which makes a lot of sense.
Well, didn't they outsource all the animation to Canada, and they didn't give them the health care, and like half the people who animated the movie aren't in the credits? There's like a big controversy about it.
I don't know. Seth Rogen's kind of a cunty. As mentioned before, he's been to we've been partying around, and Seth Rogen shows up sometimes. Usually he wrecks everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. sometimes he beats up Giovanni Ribisi. Like, he gets really drunk and he beats up Giovanni Ribisi, which is hard, right? Because he's my friend, but he's a small man, so there's not much I can do for him.
Yeah.
You know, he's so tiny, he's so brittle. But he's probably listening too. He's like, oh goddamn, they're out and me getting the shit beaten out of me by Seth Rogan.
Yeah, it's like all the time.
Yeah, and it's like Seth Rogan, he's not strong. He's just using all his mass in like one direction.
Old man strength is what I call
it. Yeah, absolutely. What else is there to say about this movie? I also feel like the script structure is completely backwards. Like, it's totally bizarro. It constantly makes you feel like the plot is about to move forward, and then it doesn't. It doesn't until like the very end, and then it gets. The thing is that this movie thinks that because it's weird and bizarre that it's also funny, which it is not. It's just weird and bizarre. And the big problem too is that like this feels like a last ditch effort. This is like Seth Rogen being like, "Look, I've done nothing but garbage for the past few years. This is my last effort. If this doesn't work, I'm done." That's like seriously what it feels like. But guess what? Fucking people liked it. So guess what? We're getting more. We're getting more shit like this. They're gonna make a sausage party too, dude. They're fucking making a sausage party too.
Yeah. So how did you feel about the orgy scene, Chadley?
That is, without a doubt, one of the worst scenes in cinema history. I had like my fucking hand to my skull. I was rubbing my temples. The whole movie was just giving me a fucking headache because it's just it's mundane. Like you have to have like some fucking low ass IQ to get any enjoyment out of anything in this movie. Seriously.
Chadley,
like,
millions of people walked out of this in enjoyment, and how is that possible though?
I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. 82% of critics.
Chadley, you're not even smart. So like, what's the problem here?
How can I see, like, I'm dumb. I am dumb as fuck. And you know what? You're dumb too. Wow, we're fucking dumb, dude. And we can see all the problems in this movie. And these people who've gone to school for 4 years to become fucking film critics can't see why this is bad.
No film critics went to school, Chadley.
No, film critics have to go to school, don't they?
No.
Oh, God bless. Might look into that then. God bless. But yeah, like I think
you have enough journalism credentials to be a fucking movie critic, Chadley.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I have a journalism background in some sense of the word, but either way, yeah, this just fucking sucks. Like, it sucks. It's the most mundane shit. And then that orgy scene is like such a headache because it's most of the movie. Like, that's what I don't think people understand, is that it really is. It's most of the fucking movie. It's like 10 minutes, maybe 15. I don't know. Maybe it just felt long because it was so stupid.
It's not that long.
But like it starts off with the hot dog fucking the bun, and then all of a sudden the Edward Norton character is fucking the Arab character. Also, fucking pita is an Arab. There you go. Jew bagel. Great. These are all good jokes. Congratulations.
That Israel joke, like the line in between Israel and Palestine aisle.
Yeah, that's subtlety. That was real subtle.
That's where I'm like, are we doing like this is real? This is what people love.
Now, like with every comedy, no matter how shitty the comedy is, there's always going to be a thing or two that makes you laugh. And I'm not going to say this movie is completely devoid of laughter. There were a couple of times that I laughed, not much, but a couple.
I wasn't stone-faced like the guy in front of me at last night.
Dude, my parents went to see Book of Mormon as well, and they said that like there were a bunch of people who thought that it was like a Mormon play, like it was a play about the actual Book of Mormon, and like they were just like pissed because they didn't realize what it was.
Well, my friends have season tickets to the theater that we saw this at, so they're up in like the corner with like all the old people that have season tickets, right? So it's just like me and my buddy Drew laughing our asses off, and then there's like this old guy that looks like Robert Redford directly in front of us, just stone faced the whole time. Like he'll clap after like to show respect for the theater, right? But like yeah. But like just not even cracking a smile, and me and Drew literally rolling in the aisles. I'm
Yeah,
wiping tears away from my face, and the fucking guy in front of us is just staring forward.
that might be the funniest thing about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Book of Mormon. You know what's weird though is that those guys, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, who wrote the Book of Mormon, real good at writing musicals, real good at writing TV, can't fucking write movies.
Impossible.
Yeah, have you ever seen Hamlet 2? That's fucking unwatchable sludge, dude.
I like Hamlet too.
Dude, really? I think it's fucking unwatchable.
No, it's bad. I don't remember much about it. I have seen it though.
Who's the guy in that? It was fucking
Jared Leto?
what? No, not Jared Leto. God damn you. Fuck you. I don't remember. He's the guy from what's that movie? The Trip. What's that guy's name?
Oh, Steve Coogan.
Yeah, Steve Coogan. I'm pretty sure it's Steve Coogan. I could be wrong. But
No, you're right.
yeah, it's Coog. The Coog. Good friend. I couldn't even remember his name 10 seconds ago. But yeah, like I don't know what else there is to say about Sausage Party other than it's the biggest letdown of the entire year. It's maybe one of the worst movies of the year. Like I'd say this is like almost as bad as Me Before You. Like real fucking close to being as bad as Me Before You. Mm-hmm. Which is if you heard last week's or 2 weeks ago episode where I was screaming about that, I fucking loathe that film as well. Yeah, this is unfortunate because like I did have high hopes for this movie because everybody was telling me how funny and clever it was, and they're like, "Oh, if you're offended easy, don't go see this movie." And I'm like, "Good, I'm not offended easy, so I will enjoy this."
All right, let's see what you got.
Yeah, I am ready. I'm buckled up, and it's like, oh, these jokes are
just for like a litmus test. What's the most offensive joke in Sausage Party, Chadley?
I don't know. Probably just like. Probably just
stereotyping.
Yeah, probably just the stereotyping. Like fucking everything Bill Hader says is like really racist, but like, you know, it just doesn't get to me. You know, like there is one fucking hilarious joke in this movie, and I bet you I'm the only person in the world who laughed at it. And it's fucking at the very beginning when the Paul Rudd character is like going around the store getting rid of all the expired product, and he picks up the sausages, and he's like, "Fuck you, sausages!" And that's the only funny joke in the whole fucking movie.
I did laugh at that too.
Yeah, that's funny. But here's another thing too. Oh shit! I just had it. It was on the tip of my tongue. I was like, "Oh, that's a good point. Better make that in a second." It'll come back to me.
Well, here is if you want to like talk about things that are offensive. I saw Book of Mormon last night. There's a full plot point. Where if you don't know anything about Book of Mormon, they get sent on their mission in Africa and everybody has AIDS basically. And there's a point where they do like 20 minutes on a guy trying to fuck a baby to cure AIDS.
Yeah, but like something tells me like that is offensive, but something tells me that there's like jokes written around it.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like
that's way more offensive than anything in Sausage Party is the point I'm trying to make. And
yeah,
Sausage Party is
absolutely.
supposed to be the most offensive thing
like of the decade, but like it's not really that offensive. It's just like low hanging fruits. That's like me going up to a black guy and being like, "You steal bikes." It's like that's not funny, you know. That's not a joke. That's just me saying something, you know. Mm-hmm. It's just me saying something that's A, not true, and B, offensive for no reason. And that's what this whole movie is. It's just them saying offensive things, not jokes around these offensive things, just saying offensive things for the sake of saying offensive things. And like, yeah, I don't know. I bet you Seth Rogen's like, "Oh, well, I'm a Jew, so I can get away with it because I'm a minority." But that's not the way it works anymore at all.
Only 8 people walked out. Great film.
Yeah, only 8 people walked out? Is that how many people walked out of the showing that you wanted? Because I think a few people walked out. I was with my brother, and here's the thing: is when watching this movie, like about halfway through this movie, I was struck with fear that my brother may be enjoying it. Like I was struck with fear. I was like, "Oh God, I really hope he's not fucking liking this movie because this is like it's unwatchable trash. Like it is, like goddamn." Preposterous in every sense of the way.
I'd rather fuck a McChicken than ever see another second of this movie.
I'd rather fucking eat and regurgitate and re-eat a fucking fillet, what's it called? Filet of Dutch. I'd fucking rather do that than watch this movie ever again. I will never watch this movie again.
It had its chance.
Yeah, even if my girlfriend, because I saw it when my girlfriend was out of town. Even if she was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't see this movie," I'll be like, "Nah, babe, you don't want to watch this." I'm telling you right now, I will not watch it with you. If you want to watch it on your own fucking time. You know, I have to watch 4 movies a week.
I gotta watch.
Yeah. There's no way I'm watching Sausage Party twice.
It's only 80 minutes too, but it feels like an eternity.
Is it really? Because it felt like 2 hours.
It's 80 minutes.
It's so fucking long. Also, they do that thing where the movie is so short that they have to make the credits real long.
I didn't stay for that. I fucking ducked out.
Oh, they went one name at a time, dude, with every actor. Every goddamn one of them. One name at a time.
I was sprinting out of there. I had to go do other shit. So.
Like, regurgitate. Like, I ate snacks at the movie that I felt like I should have thrown up because I just didn't want... because I didn't want to have anything in my body that reminded me of this film.
Yeah. Well, what are your final notes on this, Chadley? I think we should move on.
It's the worst fucking movie of the year, dude. We've watched some shitty shit this year, and this one is some of the worst. In what is one of the worst years in cinema history, this is...
One film shines above, hey?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I'm completely buffaloed by the reception of Sausage Party. I don't understand it.
That's probably the biggest confusion for me.
I'd like to know more, but you know what I do know, Chadley? I do know about good ensemble comedies.
Oh, yeah. I also know a couple of things about good ensemble films.
Why don't you start us off there, Chadley? What's your number 5 ensemble comedy?
My number 5. This one could be debated on whether or not it's a comedy. I think it's funny. There's a lot of jokes in here. This is... huge ensemble cast. You got Toni Collette. You got fucking Greg Kinnear. You got Paul Dano, Steve Carell, Alan Arkin. You know what I'm talking about. This is Little Miss Sunshine.
Okay, I'd count that. That's funny occasionally.
Yeah, I actually really like Little Miss Sunshine. I watch it. I actually rewatch it.
I don't know why you like it, but
I think it's really funny. I think it's charming. I think Little Miss Sunshine has a lot of charm to it. I adore Alan Arkin.
Alan Arkin's fucking good.
Sometimes. Oh, he's so fucking and he's so good in this movie in particular. Even Abigail Breslin's pretty good in this. Now she's all sluttied up and whatnot, but like she was pretty good in this movie. I like the route she took though. Like I do really like the route she took where she was like had some integrity for like when she was 7 and now she's 20 and has none. That's pretty cool. God
bless you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
My number 5, I'm gonna go with Ghostbusters 2016. Just kidding, 1984. With
19. Oh, you! I fucking love Ghostbusters. It's so good,
dude.
It's so good. Bill Murray obviously is the man. Well, I watched something with Bill Murray. Oh no, I rewatched The Jungle Book. That's what it was. Yeah. Love Bill.
Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Rick
Moranis,
Ernie Hudson, my boy, my main man.
I was telling somebody the other day that like when I'm on a first date, I always ask the girl what her views are on Rick Moranis. Because that's how I want to build the foundation of a relationship, is whether or not she likes Rick Moranis. I of course don't bother to find out if she's racist or homophobic. Like I only find that out when it's way too late. But yeah, as long as she likes Rick Moranis and usually the niece I like to bring up as well.
I'd like to point out that Ernie Hudson will be in the new season of Twin Peaks, so everybody get excited for that.
He was also in the fucking newest season of Once Upon a Time, so I don't even know what that means.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, dude. Ernie Hudson was fucking in Once Upon a Time. I think he was like I
think you're wrong about that.
King Triton or something.
Nope, not on here.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Who the fuck was I thinking of?
I don't know.
Oh man, maybe I'm wrong.
It might be racist. You probably should reel it back on this one.
Yeah, whoops. I might be stepping into racial territory.
You should probably reel that one back, Chadley.
Woo. My number 4. Just off the cuff of what you just said, I'm going against the grain. This one's Ghostbusters 2.
Okay, you like the shittier one. That's fine, Chadley.
I really like Ghostbusters 2. I think it's way better. But I mean, well, not way better, but I mean, they're both obviously extremely entertaining films.
Yeah, they're both good. That one's just worse.
Yeah, I like Ghostbusters 2. I know it's unpopular opinion, but I really like Ghost. It's just more Rick Moranis, right? And he's trying to fuck a girl, and that's hilarious. Because like in the first movie, he's trying to rape a girl, and that's not as fun.
You don't like that as much. I understand.
It's not as much. In the second one, he's trying to fuck a girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wants her to be down with it, right? All right, what's your number 4?
I just realized there's a lot of Bill Murray movies on my list. I'm gonna go with Caddyshack for number 4.
No. Yeah, I fucking love Caddyshack. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, though. My pappy made me watch it with him, and I was pissed. We rented it from the video store, and I wanted to rent probably Pokemon or some stupid shit like that. And then I watched it. Delighted. You know what I was not delighted? Yeah, just you know what movie my dad made me watch with Bill Murray that I was not delighted by? Fucking Meatballs, dude. I hate that movie.
Meatballs is not very good.
Yeah, Meatballs fucking blows, dude. But yeah, Caddyshack's a lot of fun. Really good ensemble comedy. My number 3. Oh, dude, my number 3. This is a movie that I adore. Baby, it's The Goonies.
Goonies, okay.
The Goonies, baby. This is unintentionally the most hilarious movie of the 1980s. Just because it's so bizarre, but in a hilarious way, not like a shitty let's have hot dogs fucking each other way.
Hot dogs fuck.
Yeah,
that's a good joke.
Yeah, hot dogs fuck. They go into the bun. That's another thing. That's just such an unoriginal joke. Fucking, of course, the hot dogs fuck by going into the. I might have screamed about this already. Either way, The Goonies is a lot of fun. Really funny movie. You got so many good jokes. The Truffle Shuffle. I love you, Chunk. Fucking sloth in general is a hilarious commentary on mentally challenged people. So great job there, The Goonies.
God bless.
God damn.
Let's see. My number 3. I'm gonna go with All Right. That's Dazed and Confused, baby.
Dazed and Confused. I haven't seen this movie in a while, so I didn't put it on my list.
I'll spoil it for you. It's good.
It's real good. Yeah, I know. I have seen it. It's been a while. I remember really enjoying it. Love me some Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey.
Yeah, McConaughey sure loves those high school ladies. There's a lot of fun. That's directed by Richard Linklater of Bernie fame and Bad News Bears.
Yeah, those are his most famous movies.
Speaking of which, number 2, it's Bad News Bears. No, I'm just kidding. My number 2 is actually a movie series. I want to talk about the series in general. There's 2 films, and I just don't think we've ever talked about them on the show, and I really like these movies, so I'd love to talk about them. The In-Betweeners, 1 and 2. That's based on a TV show of the same title, The In-Betweeners. And these movies are really, really funny. They're it's gross, raunchy British comedy at its finest. It's just they're basically these 4 fucking losers who keep pretending that they're not 4 fucking losers, and going into clubs and shit and getting kicked out and taking chubbies for their friends. It's so fun. There's a lot of fun here.
Hell yeah, The In-Betweeners. My number 2, I'm gonna go with 2004. Napoleon Dynamite, baby.
Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, I was talking to somebody about this the other day because we were playing a game the other day where someone would name an unspeakably bad actor, and we'd have to name at least one good movie they'd been in. And somebody brought up John Heder, and I was like, "Oh, come on, dude! Napoleon Dynamite fucking rules. Get out of here." And they were arguing, dude. They were arguing. They wouldn't give me Napoleon Dynamite, and I'm like, "Of course, Napoleon Dynamite's good. It captivated audiences nationwide."
Napoleon Dynamite defined a generation. Napoleon Dynamite got people into indie film. Napoleon Dynamite is a misunderstood masterpiece. It's exactly a high school. You can watch fucking Freaks and Geeks or whatever. I think Napoleon Dynamite is 10 times better at showing the fucking high school fucking atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely. It's near perfect because it doesn't overstay its welcome. That's what I really like about Napoleon Dynamite is that it doesn't go over the top at all. It's it is exactly what it is supposed to be. It's awesome. I love Napoleon Dynamite. My number 1,
Uncle Rico.
Baby. As we were mentioned earlier, we were looking at ensemble lists, and no ensemble list we were looking at lists top ensemble comedies, and no list had this comedy, despite the fact that it is in fact the greatest ensemble comedy of all time. This is the motherfucking Breakfast Club.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I fucking adore The Breakfast Club. I could seriously watch The Breakfast Club once a week. I think. I seriously think I could watch it once a week.
Smoke
It's
up,
so
Johnny.
good. Yeah, it's fucking smoke up, Johnny. Have a pack of cigarettes. Basically, a lot of people got famous off that movie too. Emilio Estevez, Molly Ringwald, Judd Nelson.
Well, I wouldn't say he got famous off of that, but
Judd Nelson. I think he sells crack now, right? Pretty sure.
I think meth. I think last time I checked,
there are reports that he's selling some kind of drugs. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's selling. He's holding for sure.
Don't you forget about Chadley. My number one, I'm going to go with a little Wes Anderson flick called The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Oh, shit. This is a good movie. This really is a good movie. I need to rewatch this movie. It's been a couple of minutes.
Comedies.
Bill Murray. Yeah, there was a lot of Bill Murray on your list. Was that exclusively Bill Murray? Did you have any that didn't have Bill Murray?
Yeah, I had a couple that didn't have Bill Murray. Napoleon Dynamite. Bill Murray was not in that.
Was Bill Murray not in there?
He was also not in Dazed and Confused, although he might have been. Now that I think about
it. Yeah, he might have been. He could have snuck in there. That seems like some shit he might try and pull. Yeah, I agree. Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou is a very, very, very good movie. It's just been a while since I've seen it.
It's underrated Wes. A lot of people go other directions with the best Wes. I stay with Steve Zissou.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people go to Grand Budapest Hotel because it's the one they know.
Royal Tenenbaums, which I don't really understand because that's one of the worst ones.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's still pretty good though.
It's still good though. Yeah, I'm not saying any of them are bad.
It's also the only good thing Ben Stiller has ever been in besides maybe Tropic Thunder. I'll give you Tropic Thunder, but yeah, that was another name that came up when we were playing that game is Ben Stiller, and I was like, oh goddamn, because he's in your mind you're like, nah, Ben Stiller's in some good stuff, and then you start looking through his portfolio and you're like, oh fuck, dude's not really been in anything good, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a million nerds right now going, what about Zoolander? And I'm like, get fucked, get fucking wrecked. How dare you? Zoolander is very bad.
Yeah, I don't know about Ben Stiller.
So we're doing remember last year when we in the middle of September when we started Spooky-tober early with the prelude and people were getting mad about it?
Yeah.
We're starting earlier this year.
Oh, we're doing it again, but earlier?
Yeah,
pretty soon we're only going to talk about horror movies on this fucking podcast.
Yeah, it'll be the horror movie podcast. And we'll always call it Spooky-tober.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to the Spooky-tober. And then people will be like, it's fucking July. Why are they starting Spooky-tober? We're starting Spooky-tober early because there's a lot of these Night of the Living Dead movies that we have to pound through. 14 to be exact.
Everybody knows we like to watch old series on this show, so horror movies really, really fill that niche because there's lots of them. And this year we're going with the creation of one of the greatest men to ever live, George A. Romero. We're going to go with the Night of the Living Dead series. I'm a big fan personally. Chadley hasn't seen all of them. I have seen most of them. So
yeah, I haven't. I'm really excited because obviously I've seen this one, and maybe I saw Dawn of the Dead at some point. I know I've seen the remake. Who made that remake again? What was that?
Zack Snyder, baby. Zack Snyder.
Hack Snyder. Hack Snyder made that remake with Ty Burrell fucking people. That's yeah. As far as Hack Snyder films go, it's okay. Hack Snyder films, Batman versus Superman. I could scream about that. You know what I noticed the other day is that just real quick, I've been listening to a lot of our backlog, and you know how we've been mentioning Batman versus Superman really frequently?
Yeah.
There's a movie we mention even more frequently, and I don't know why I never noticed it, but we talk about the movie Chappie so fucking much. We talk about Chappie in almost every episode.
Did you hear that D'Antwoord is breaking up next year?
Yeah, I did hear that. That sucks. But
that means no more Chappie.
No, they'll do Chappie 2, right? They've got to come back for Chappie 2, right?
I would hope so.
They'll reconvene for Chappie 2. Very excited for Chappie 2 when it comes out because the first Chappie is a gem.
It's very good, and I don't understand.
I mean, I get it. I get the problems, but I just don't think it outweighs the fun that movie has in it. Either way, let's talk about Night of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead, I love it for everything that it is, and everything that it is it's fucking outdated as shit, dude. This movie's so fucking outdated, it's unreal.
I think it holds up well enough.
But there's just some shit in this movie. I want to say I really love this movie. It's a lot of fun. But there's just some shit in this movie that if you did it nowadays, probably couldn't get away with it.
I disagree completely. You know what this movie is, Charlie? This movie is a movie that has a female protagonist for half the movie. Oh wait, now it's got a black guy. This was the 60s, Chadley. Those are two things that never happened.
Okay, all right, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I think this is more progressive than almost every movie from the 60s, Chadley, and I think it holds up much better than a lot of them.
But there is a part. Okay, all right, I've got some points. I got some points here. There is a part in this movie that never would fly in a million years now, where the girl starts getting hysterical. So to calm her down, the black guy fucking decks her and knocks her out cold, just fucking with all his might too. And you see the look on his face too, and he's just got this look of rage in his eyes, and he punches her out. And then he continues to be the good guy for the whole movie. He's still the protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
See, if that happened in a movie now, as he was doing it, there'd be foreboding music, and then he would smile shittily, and then he'd be the bad guy for the rest of the movie.
Well, this is a different time, Chadley, and it's a time that's very relevant.
Also, I don't have a lot of proof. To back up this claim, but I think this movie is heavily hinting at the fact that before the zombie apocalypse, the black guy might have been a car thief. Now I don't have a lot of evidence.
That leads me to believe it just might be your racism coming out.
No. Because listen.
Okay.
I have some evidence. I don't have a lot, but I have some evidence. So there's that scene where he's explaining. The girl hasn't spoken yet, and he's explaining his situation to her. And he was like, "Yeah, I was just walking down the road, and I found this truck, and I hopped in the truck to listen to the radio." And it's okay, sure, you hopped in the truck to listen to the radio. But then later in the story, he's like, the gasoline truck started on fire and it came barreling past me. I had to slam on the brakes to not hit it. What fuck, you were driving it? If you were
I think it was because it's a zombie apocalypse, Chadley, and you just take cars.
He was saying this was before he saw the outbreak. This was before he saw the outbreak, and he's driving the car. That's all I'm saying. Either way.
All right.
Either way, there's no evidence to it, but I think that's what they're hinting at. Let's actually talk about this movie. This movie rules. This movie is amazing.
So good, dude.
What I really like about this movie is that it's the first piece of zombie media, at least anything that brought it to light. Right?
Well, modern. There's previous zombie movies from the 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
White Zombie, for example, which is a good one.
This one was what brought this is what brought the zombie niche into what it is now.
Yes, and everything pretty much has been taken from there. So
yeah, but here's what I like about this movie is that the zombie rules are there's not really rules to these zombies, which means you can just fuck around with them.
Well, there wasn't rules. George A. Romero didn't care about rules.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit about the rules. And then he came up with some rules, which are still rules today, you got to hit him in the head.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good rule, Yeah, this is really excellent. The zombies look surprisingly good too. I remember them looking shittier.
Yeah. Well, the thing I like about this movie is when you're 12 and you see this movie, it's the simplicity of it makes you inspires you to create movies or want to create movies. And then when you look at it when you're 25 and you're like, oh, I'm a talentless hack and I could never make something this simple and good.
Yeah, exactly.
You appreciate it for a new type of way.
They're like, whoops, I made the crazies. Sorry, film industry, I raped you. Yeah, as far as zombie movies go, there's not very many good ones. In fact, there's a lot of fucking bad ones. Almost exclusively bad ones. There are a few that I like. Obviously, 28 Days Later is pretty good.
There's about 5 that are good, and 3 of them are Night of the Living Dead movies.
And then there's about 1,000 that are bad. I actually don't mind World War Z either. I know a lot of people don't.
You don't fucking like World War Z. I don't know. I've never seen it.
I think it's okay. The 3D in the theater was actually pretty good for the time.
Yeah. You like when they started walking on each other and making towers and shit? Towers of zombies?
Yeah, that was a little weird.
You like that?
Was
yeah, that was good.
No,
they were swarming up.
Yeah, not really. They were forming a little zombie monster.
It's pretty fucking stupid in my opinion, but I've never seen the movie, so I don't know.
Night of the Living Dead, it's just like, it's such a well-written movie, but here's what it is not, is a well-acted movie.
That's true.
The guy who plays Henry is the worst actor on the planet, and I don't know if he's dead, but I sure hope so.
I think he is, actually.
Yeah, he's got it. He was fucking old in this.
I think like one of the only guys that's still alive is that zombie from the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
He goes to like the Comic-Con. You can meet him at Comic-Con or whatever. Night of the Living Dead guy.
Is that just his name, Night of the Living Dead guy?
Night of the Living Dead zombie. I don't know if he actually has a name. Or...
I mean, if that's who I was, I mean, I'd probably use that moniker. That's what I go by. That would be my handle. Night of the Living Dead guy.
They're coming to get you, Chadley.
Hell yeah, they're coming to get me. I welcome it, dude. I want death. I would love to be a zombie. Oh, yeah. This movie, it's just like, it's so grim. Like every second of this movie, it doesn't even ease you into it. It just gets grim like right off the bat.
Yeah. And
like it's legitimately scary. Like and most zombie movies aren't, but this one is legitimately terrifying. Like the scene when the fucking zombies reach through the window and are grabbing at the gun, like that's legit terrifying.
Well, they did a good, like, George A. Romero like knows how to pace a movie, because for a long time you don't know what's going on, right? Like you get information from the news broadcast, but it trickles in. It's brilliantly made, and I do love it for what it is. It's
one thing that I do want to mention too is that like there's something in this movie that just like blows my mind every time I see it because it's so good, and that is I really like the main girl's like really authentic reaction to the zombie apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in so many zombie movies now, like it starts happening and people are like, gear up, and it's like, you fucking wouldn't do that. You would be in shock. You would be terrified. And she has like, when she's in shock at the beginning, like, and she's like doesn't even want to move or anything, like that is a really authentic reaction to what people would actually be doing at the zombie apocalypse.
Right.
And I really like that.
Yeah. The sad thing about this is George A. Romero never made any money off of it because they didn't register it. It went directly into the public domain. You can watch this on Wikipedia. You can go type into Wikipedia, Night of the Living Dead. It's on the page. You can watch the full movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I watched it on YouTube, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it's in the public domain. The only way they made money off of it later was when they restored it with color and then added some more scenes into it.
See, I don't know if I would want that, you know?
No, I don't want that.
But I don't think I would want to watch that. I like this movie as is. I think the fact that it's black and white is all part of the charm of this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, there needed to be zombie movies with color later on. I don't know when they started throwing color in. I think probably Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, Dawn of the Dead is when they started using color, and I think that's just natural progression. But for what this is, I think it's part of the charm.
It's also crazy low budget, right? So all he could afford was a black and white camera.
Yeah, exactly. Sort of like Clerks.
Well,
except that's much more low budget.
I don't know, actually.
I think Clerks was made on like $5,000 or something like that.
I think this was made on like $2,000.
I guess that wouldn't surprise me, especially seeing that like every Planet of the Apes movie went for like $1 million and they all look amazing.
Yeah,
it's fucking 70s money.
No, it had quite a bit more than that, but
yeah. But this is a really solid movie. If you ever want to check out a really authentic zombie movie, this is like, A, this is probably one of the scariest zombie movies of all time, and B, it's just really good. Like it's just well written.
Yeah. It is the standard, right? It's the standard for zombie movies. So
the dialogue is really well written as well, just because like it never feels like the movie is trying to explain itself to the audience, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It just is how people would be interacting with each other in that situation.
Well, what I like about it is the characters find out when you find out, right? Because it happens through the newscast, which I like. That's one of the best uses of like a newscast in anything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not usually a fan of newscast exposition, but here I think it works.
Yeah.
Plus, it was the 1960s. Newscasts were like fucking barely even a thing at this point.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I would say watch this movie 100%. Fuck yes.
It's great. I generally watch it every
Halloween.
Every Halloween around this time. Yeah. I like this one. I really like Dawn of the Dead. We'll be talking about that next week.
Hell yeah.
I actually like Day of the Dead too quite a bit. So
I've never seen.
You've never seen that one, hey?
Yeah,
you might like that one.
I might have seen Dawn of the Dead, but I've never seen Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead's all right. After Day of the Dead, it starts to go downhill for a while, but then it comes back up during Return of the Living Dead. So.
Oh, God bless! Can't wait for that. So that's going to be in the coming weeks. Obviously, we're going to be taking a break at episode Uno Hundo. But unless do you want to fucking do you want to just like pop off a 5-minute Night of the Living Dead before we count down top 50 movies?
Yeah, maybe.
We can fucking pop off a Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea because then we could get through them quicker.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll be like, what is that? 3 away? It's like Land of the Dead. Fuck that movie.
Yeah, Land of the Dead. We can just start off by talking about a garbage film and then talk about the 50 greatest films of all time. I've already got my list primed and ready.
Me too. I'm ready to.
Yeah, I'm ready. And I doubt I'll see anything that's like going to be amazing that blow my mind and change the list at all within the next, couple of weeks.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe. Hey, you wanna ruin Harry Potter for yourself? Definitely watch this flick.
Yeah. In Daniel Radcliffe's career trajectory, I never envisioned him marching in a white pride parade yelling the N-word.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely just puts it all in perspective. It's like, oh, what about Wingardium Leviosa? Like, what happened to that? That being said, this movie's real fucking good. This movie's called Imperium. Basically what this movie's about is Daniel Radcliffe plays an FBI agent, and his whole prerogative is that he is going undercover as a white supremacist to try and find a bomb that is being made to spark the race war.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good fucking movie, dude. It's really good.
It's good until a point. I don't think it ends very well. Hey, where is the bomb? There's no bomb, Chadley. It deflates in the third act.
I guess I see your point. Yeah,
I walk out of that being in the same. It feels the exact same when it starts as when it ends. There's no climax really. I'd say the climax is like, oh god, fuck me.
When the FBI are like on their way, and they're like trying to get the suits on with the bombs, and then like Jerry figures out, that he's undercover.
It's not a good ending though. That's the cheap cut ending. That's the we don't have enough money to buy an actual bomb ending.
To be fair though, this is a true story, right?
Okay.
I do agree that it sort of just ends really quick. But like, I don't know. Everything up to then is like all the FBI work he does is really intriguing.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I think the first 2 acts are incredible. I think it's the first 2 acts are a very good movie, and then nothing happens in the third act.
Yeah, and he sort of gets lucky, and like, yeah, I guess that's the way that it happened. But I would have liked to see more. That being said, I really love this movie. Like, I really do. One thing I want to get right out of the way is that Daniel Radcliffe dude, how the fuck did he get so good? How is he that good? First of all, this is the first time that he's truly had that accent under control, dude. It was under control the whole movie. Dude sounded straight American. Mm-hmm. He's gotten really good at that, and I really appreciate that. He sounds great. He looks great. At first I was somewhat disappointed. I was like, because like I looked at the cover, and I'm like, oh sweet, he's gonna be a 1-2 bad boy. And then at first I was like, oh no, he's not a 1-2 bad boy. He's a dumb nerd. But then he becomes a 1-2 bad boy, and it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff in this movie that will really make you think. Even like it'll really make you think, because like this is like legit shit that happens all the time. There are these organizations that are just legitimately that they're religious organizations, and based around white supremacy. And there's nothing really we can do about it. They're legitimate organizations that aren't really doing anything, right? They're not
What does it make you think about, Chadley? Does it make you think you want to join one? Because you're a fucking weird dude, and I wouldn't put it past you.
No, of course not. Of course not. You don't fuck. But just like there's so many scenes in this movie that's just like really enlightening. Like the scene where like his black friend is like sees him marching in the parade, like in the white pride parade.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, man, it really makes you think.
That white power parade is probably one of the best scenes this year. Like,
yeah,
when we do our top 5 scenes of the year, that could make it, because that's like fucking shocking, and it's just perfectly laid out.
And it's all true, right? Like it's all true.
Yeah, you keep going back to that, Chadley. Like that's how you make a good movie. But like I've said before, like we've said many times, you can alter the truth a bit to make it better.
Yeah, no, I agree. But like my point is that like it's just terrifying to me that like this all happened. Like that this happened and it happens, you know, like there is like these radical white supremacist groups that are like hating on gays, hating on black people, hating on Jews, like so avidly. But like the thing is because they're organizations.
James Chadley.
Yeah, wearing my Jew jeans. Because of these organizations existing the way that they do, there's nothing nobody can do about it, right? It's just religious organizations, just believing what they believe, and you have to respect everyone's beliefs.
Pretty crazy. 2 of the best movies I've seen this year had neo-Nazis in it.
Hell yeah, this in Green Room.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a hella Nazi year. Yeah, this one dives a little bit deeper into it, I think, for sure.
Yeah, it's not a horror movie. It's not a horror movie, obviously.
This is a drama, and I would say, as far as drama goes, this captivated me because, like, I watched this with a friend, and we had previously just watched The Jungle Book, which he'd never seen. I'd seen it, but he'd never seen it. But we talked a lot, you know. We were talking through The Jungle Book. This movie, yo, we were zipped lips, dude. We were fucking watching. We were captivated. We were in it.
Yeah, basically, this movie didn't even go to theaters.
Yeah, we were actually looking for a theater run of it in town, but we couldn't find anything.
No, this went actually straight to Lionsgate on-demand service. So,
really, man, that means it's gonna get snubbed. That blows.
100%.
This is gonna get snubbed, which is too bad because it's really good. And Daniel Radcliffe is fucking insane in this movie. It's gonna get the Beast of No Nation treatment.
Yeah.
Just kidding. There's white guys, so maybe not.
They might do like another limited release later in the year. You never know. It's hard to say.
Yeah. But like, yeah, this movie, it's about neo-Nazism. It's about the Ku Klux Klan, and like there's a lot of powerful imagery in this movie too that like lends itself also with good cinematography. For instance,
it's very beautiful film.
Yeah. There's like that scene where it just cuts to one of those Klan meetings and they have like the burning swastikas and the cross, and like it's so powerful, and that like really sticks with you because like in the way that like the cinematography is, they just make it look so terrifying because that's what it is, right? It is legitimately a terrifying thing that people do. Yeah, this movie's wild.
There's I think one of the things that's so good about it is how good like all the acting is.
Yeah, absolutely. Toni Collette is also amazing in this. I don't know who that guy is who plays Dallas Wolf, but he's really good.
I like the huge leader of the Nazi Alliance guy, the big baller guy.
Dude, you could convince me that guy's legitimately a Nazi. Like,
he was so good. I think his name is Chris Sullivan, according to
Chris Sullivan.
He might have IMDb.
He might have been an actual Nazi. I'll have to look into that.
Nestor Carbonell.
Oh, dude, I love Nestor. I was so
Nestor's
excited.
The best. He should be in more shit.
I love Nestor Carbonell. Why is he not in every movie? He must have just got his Batman fuck you money. He must have just run out of his Batman fuck you money.
He's too busy cranking out all those Bates Motel episodes that are terrible. So.
Oh, right. He is in that, isn't he? He's the sheriff.
Yeah.
I like that show, though. I really like that show. I think that's a good show. I haven't seen the new season, but.
Well, you'll like it less now.
Yeah, I'll like it less after the new season.
Yeah.
Does he fuck the mom yet, or?
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
Okay, because it's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
He's got to bang the mom at least once.
Vera Farmiga, big fan.
Speaking of which, I didn't mention this earlier, but I think either Vera Farmiga got surgery to look like the girl from Night of the Living Dead, or she's a Time Lord and is that person. because I'm pretty sure that's
They look
Vera
pretty
Farmiga.
similar, huh?
Yeah, they're fucking same human being. I'm fairly positive.
Fucking Time Lord. There's a lot of those Farmigas, though. They could be related.
Yeah, it's true. There's like 90 Farmigas. Yeah, they just keep cranking out kids every 2 years for the past 40.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Imperium, I do agree that it does slow down at the end, but like it's just so captivating for the rest of the movie that I almost don't really mind. Just because I was really enjoying what I was seeing beforehand. Yeah, I'd say, you know what? Yeah, I'd say this is like the best movie I've seen this year. And like this is like the best example that 2016 it could actually turn itself around. I don't know, but maybe.
I don't think that's true, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, anything's possible at this point, right?
We got a fucking McDonald's movie coming out. That should be all right. Like, and I don't know.
God damn. Is that really like what is? Hold on. What is slated to be nominated for Best Picture this year? What's that website?
Yeah, the Founder.
2017 Oscar predictions. Best Picture is the Founder number one right now? Because it's at this time where we're gonna have to start looking. All right, so here they are, and the predicted nominees are Silence, La 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 Land, Fences, Moonlight, Loving. Man, just a bunch of shit that I would never watch.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. I'll probably watch all of this. Hidden Figures, Allied, Sully.
Yeah,
if fucking Clint Eastwood gets nominated for Best Picture again, I'm gonna lose my mind, dude. I'm gonna lose my mind. Ooh, The Lobster.
Birth of a Nation.
Silence. I don't know what Silence is. But this isn't the website I usually go to, so I don't want to be on this website. No, that's the website I usually go to. Oh no, this is it. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's the number one predicted film to win Best Picture. 2017. It's that time. We're gonna start bumping into that. This website says Birth of a Nation. Is that fucking Jordan Peele?
That might be.
Joel Edgerton's in this bitch. I'll watch that.
Birth of a Nation. That's another racism movie. Remake of that movie from like 100 years ago. That KKK movie.
Oh man, dude, I love movies like that. Is this gonna be the year? Is this gonna be the year of neo-Nazis and Ku Klux Klan?
Looking to be that way.
Yeah, it might be the year. Every movie that's nominated will be about the Ku Klux Klan.
I am seeing a lot of these at the film festival in a couple weeks, so.
You have to tell me what's what, right?
Manchester by the Sea. I'm seeing.
Cafe Society.
Patterson with Adam Driver.
Dude, I love Adam Driver. May the man rest in peace. I say 100% fuck yes to Imperium. That's my pick of the week. Actually,
I would say Night of the Living Dead.
Actually, I'll say Night of the Living Dead as well. Actually,
the Night of the Living Dead has the Punch Nerd stamp of approval. You can stamp Imperium if you want.
I'll stamp Imperium.
Right.
I will never stamp it. I might even stamp the sausage part. I might go to Walmart's and put the official 100% fuck no sticker on all the
100% fuck no sticker. God bless.
100% fuck no, and then it'll have like a little seal around it, and in the seal we'll read the words "Don't fucking watch this." It's absolutely terrible.
That's the movie Epidemic podcast. What do we got on the plan for next week, Jedley?
Next week we're talking about some movies. We're gonna switch it up and talk about movies next week. So.
Oh yeah.
XO. That's a Netflix original about EDM.
Netflix original film.
That's Buck LeDuc's pick. I'm pissed, but I mean we'll see where that heads. We'll see where that takes us.
We're getting through that Netflix catalog by the end of the year, Chadley. I'm sick of you evading it.
God damn, dude, I fucking hate the Netflix catalog.
That's all I'm giving you for the next, all through Spooky-tober too.
No, because it's gotta be horror movies.
Oh, guess what? There's a lot of 2016 horror movies on Netflix.
Oh no! no. So we're also gonna watch Dawn of the Dead, the original from 1978. Is that right? Something like that.
Sounds wrong.
Yeah, 1970 something. 1976 maybe 4. Something like that. 1975.
Chili, I don't know.
Okay.
Why are you just guessing?
Yeah, 1970. Out of the 1970s is Dawn of the Dead, and then we're also gonna watch.
Yeah, you were right. You're right the first time.
Oh, God bless. We're also gonna watch the new movie from known child pornographer Woody Allen, famed child pornographer.
He never did any pornography stuff, Chad. That is.
Oh, he just banged him. He just banged him.
Well, no. What he did was he married Mia Farrow or whatever, and then they adopted a little Asian girl. And then when she turned 18, then he married the Asian girl.
It's really fucked up, man.
It's not, in the grander scheme of things, it's not as bad as what a lot of those fucking guys did from that time.
Yeah, it's true. God bless Roman Polanski. God bless Cosby.
That fucking guy that used to work with Werner Herzog all the time, the creepy guy. Forget what his name is.
Yeah, the creepy guy with the big nose.
Yeah,
big pointy nose.
German guy.
We're also gonna be watching a new Woody Allen film. It's called Cafe Society. It's got Steve Carell. I love Woody Allen. I think he's great at making movies, but he's been making the same movie for the past 50 years. So
yep, Klaus Kinski is who I was thinking of. Yeah,
get ready to watch. What's that one? What's that fucking one movie that he made? Shadows and Fog. I guess it'll be the same movie. I guess be fucking Blue Jasmine again. You ready to watch Blue Jasmine again?
Annie Hall.
Annie Hall. You ready to see Annie Hall again?
I'd love to see that again.
Okay, well, you're gonna watch it, but this time instead of Woody Allen, it's Steve Carell. How do you feel about that?
Oh, God bless. That's all he does is he just switches out the fucking main character, and instead of Woody Allen now, because he's too old, he can't walk, he puts in Joaquin Phoenix or
Owen
Steve
Wilson
Carell or Owen Wilson,
and tells him to do a Woody Allen impression.
Yeah.
It's like, what if you did it more like me? You know.
What if you had your dick out here?
Hey, but like if Sausage Party proved anything, it's that Edward Norton could be in a Woody Allen film, right? Because he can do that Woody Allen impression.
True.
I still don't believe that was Edward Norton.
I kind of wanted to watch that Woody Allen movie from last year just because Joaquin Phoenix was in it, and I'd like to see him do Woody Allen.
Was that Blue Jasmine?
No, that was Irrational Man.
Oh, Rational Man. Oh, I've heard that's pretty good.
Blue Jasmine was like 20.
Anyway, I was still boycotting Woody Allen at the time. So, but now I'm fine. I don't care anymore.
You're back on.
I'm back on board.
Artist, baby.
Yeah, I skipped a couple. I skipped a couple of years with Woody Allen.
Well, you skipped Magic in the Moonlight and you skipped Irrational Man. Now you're back on with Cafe Society.
Well, yeah, but I saw Blue Jasmine. I don't.
Well, that was previous. That was way before. I don't think you understand how long ago Blue Jasmine was. That was 2013.
I feel like that was like really recent.
There's two in between there.
I watched Midnight in Paris, and that's like the worst fucking movie Woody Allen's ever done. Like, it's so unwatchable.
That one's all right.
It's too bad though, because I really like Owen Wilson. So tune in next week. We'll talk about Woody Allen. We'll talk about who's in this XOXO. Like, can you give me anything?
Nope, there's nobody in it. Crystalia, but you don't know who that is. So.
Okay, yeah, I do not. You're right. But I'm most excited to watch Dawn of the Dead. It's gonna be an exciting week. It's gonna be one of those offshot episodes that nobody's gonna listen to. So make sure you tune in. Yeah, because we need the listens.
We're about 200 views away on YouTube from 90,000 views. So
holy shit, 90,000! Yo, do you think we could break a hundo?
I think we can break a hundo by the end of the year, Chadley.
I think we can break a hundo. What if we break a hundo on episode a hundo?
Ooh, that'd be crazy, hey?
That would be fucking wild. So everybody has to tune in on YouTube
just click on some shit. Like I just want to break 100,000 views.
Yeah, put on one of those auto refreshers on our videos or whatever.
Follow me on Twitter @LastCoolDude. I post cool things.
Follow me on Twitter, Chadley the Movie.
Peace.